What's up, guys? You already know who we are. Skinny Jeans.
Ted the Tank.
We are the Kissing Cousins from Off the Tap. Duh! This is your weekly beer review. So, this week, what do you think?
I'm pretty excited. This is the first sour beer we have ever done.
Yeah, first sour that we've done. I think that we're in store for a real treat.
Yeah, a little bit about a sour beer. It's brewed with bacteria. Straight up.
You want to reiterate?
Alright, the yeast, and they have like wild bacteria that they kind of, in a controlled environment.
Okay.
They let it age over time, and it becomes a sour
Mm-hmm.
because of the bacteria. Basically, this brewing method's been around for years. And
Interesting.
back in the day, most beers were sours. People were dumb. They just let shit spoil and
Yeah, I suppose.
they would drink it. So, but now it's more of a controlled environment with wild bacteria that they monitor very, very intense. Like, because they don't want to be killing people.
Right. Well,
So,
absolutely.
but it allows us to enjoy some sour beers, kind of like lemonade and stuff, I guess.
Okay.
Along the lines, I'm going to put that. And more tart. So, little history about where we're going with this sour stuff. So,
Well, if you can see by the case and by the cans, we are doing Sippin Pretty Fruited Sour. And this is from Odell Brewing Company
they're pretty big. They're actually really big.
out in Fort Collins, Colorado. They actually have a brewery in Denver and a brewery in Asheville, North Carolina as well.
Oh, you know who else is there? New Belgium as well. Both of those places have breweries in
Nice.
the same location, so that's pretty interesting to know.
Well, this place is pretty cool. We're gonna. I swear to God, we get into it every week on, everybody using their resources to the full extent. How can we help the environment? And this brewery, let me tell you, 1,000% exceeds any brewery that we've done in the past, as far as recycling, being environmentally safe.
How many using bacteria to recycle?
For starters, they're 100% employee owned, which is incredible. I think that's great when companies do that. But the thing that I just talked about, I'm gonna jump in the sustainability of this company. This brewery it's crazy, the methods that they use, the things they've engineered, the things that they're looking forward to in the future. They use under 4 gallons of water to produce a gallon of beer. Which
I don't know how that works.
most breweries use 7. They average 7 gallons of water to brew 1 gallon of beer. And they've cut it down to 4.
That's pretty impressive. I do the home brewing stuff, and you lose a gallon right off the top when you're boiling.
Right.
So in order to do that, that's pretty impressive.
It's remarkable that they're able to cut down on water, especially considering, like we said in the past, North Carolina, Colorado, California. Obviously, they don't have a brewery in California, but awesome water sources in all 3 of those locations.
Yeah.
So they have some of the best water that they're brewing with, and then they're able to savor it, which is awesome. So in 2012, they modified their vacuum pump so that they reuse up to 3 times the amount of water, which saves them 2.5 million gallons of water a year.
So what do they got, their own water treatment plant there or something?
You
get
think-
circulated through a treatment plant?
Engineering,
right on the
man.
spot?
This is what happens when engineers get involved in the brewing world. We've seen it in the past. We've seen it with Price Brewing, how they just have everything set up and cycle and make things so much quicker. It's crazy. They have 11,000 square feet of solar panels powering their plants. All right? And that's 5%.
Right, so
The rest
they're almost
is-
100% green with just that for electricity.
The rest is all powered by wind. So
So they have all renewable sources of energy.
yeah, so screw the electricity company.
G's gonna be pissed.
Their goal is to be 0 landfill use by 2020. Zero.
That's
might seem
big goal.
That might seem steep. Okay.
That's a huge goal. Like, dude, that's a year away.
Yeah.
We're coming up on 19 right now.
The thing is, they've already attained 87% of that goal.
Wow.
So, you tell me what that means to you. They are, like, basically no one's going to ever question anything that they're doing because
especially from, like, an economy standpoint, or not an economy, but
environmental
standpoint, like, dude, that's hard.
Yeah.
To be at that level. Like, there's people that just strive to get, like, 50%
right.
green.
Mm-hmm.
These dudes are well on their way to their 100% goal.
The cool thing that I learned about this place is because we've just recently started getting Odell Brewing Company in our area. They're the 22nd largest craft brewery in America. I never would have guessed that. They only distribute to 18 states. So it reminded me in that sense a little bit of like Yingling. I know that they're it's more of a domestic beer, but they only distribute to less than 20 states. And
yeah, so and like it's their target market is making them grow. Which these guys, I would imagine they're going after the hipsters again, like with the green movement and all this stuff. Like it's probably pretty huge, and I don't know exactly every city they're in, but I bet they're predominantly hipster.
But it must also limit their market a little bit, or at least, you know, it might be a setback with everything that they're trying to do to be environmentally proactive, that, you know, they're not always going to be able to get to every state, which is probably why they set up shop on the other side of the country.
See, like, I don't think they'll ever be 100%, because if you factor in a company,
right,
transportation is huge, and
that's one thing that I was thinking about.
That accounts for more, like, gases in the atmosphere and stuff than anything.
Well, it depends on what they're using. So
electric cars.
More power to them, though. Obviously, 100% we might think is near impossible, but they're only like 13% away from that, so they're making strides.
Right. That's
maybe
impressive.
They won't make their goal by 2020, but with like modern engineering and everything, who knows in the next 5-10 if that's not attainable. So they do. They have a capacity of 300,000 barrels. 300,000 barrels.
That's pretty big, and like
that's huge.
To be
the 22nd largest brewery, we just did Sierra Nevada a couple weeks ago, and what did they do? 1.4 million barrels, and they're the 7th largest brewery in America.
To be that energy efficient and stuff
right.
like that, at that capacity,
to be able
ridiculous.
To reach both levels is like,
yeah, it's mind blowing.
Might be the best brewery in the country.
From that standpoint, well,
right.
We're gonna let the beer speak for itself.
Right. So let's jump into the hops. You get into the nitty-gritty.
All right.
You're our home brewer here, so let's hear it.
I did not find anything on hops. Like sours, they're kind of a newer thing going on, like because of how it's brewed with bacteria.
Right.
Like the FDA is straight on all kinds of stuff like that. It doesn't matter, food, alcohol, all that stuff. FDA steps in and there's bacteria growing on something, you're shut down.
Right.
Well, this is purposely brewed with a bacteria.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure the FDA had to go through all kinds of regulations. Be like, oh well, here's the guidelines for it.
Mm-hmm. This is a brand new beer too. They just started brewing this very recently.
At
least we've just gotten it here, so there might not be a whole lot. They might not have updated things. So
they're normally brewed at like a lower temperature. Bacteria's not going to grow as fast, you know. So it's a slow aging process. So that's
like cheese.
Yeah, it's
which is basically bacteria.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. A tart beer or a fruit beer is supposed to be more tart, which from my experience they are. They got that sour like lemon juice and all that stuff.
Right, kind of that pucker. It gives you a pucker.
Yep. They're normally typically fruity.
Yeah.
Like you don't really find like an IPA that's, or not an IPA but a lager that's fruity.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like your IPAs and then you got your sours now.
Right.
And sours are actually hitting the scene pretty big. Like most breweries are trying to get that on tap somewhere.
They are. There's a brewery here in our home state of Wisconsin, Oso's Brewery, up in Stevens Point, where they basically are professionals at sours. They own, I would say, as far as I've learned and known, they've owned the sour games. So it's everyone's trying to hop on board because this might be the latest and greatest trend in the craft beer world.
A little bit about this beer itself. It's brewed with super fruits. So you got your
fruits on steroids.
You got your guava, your what the hell are they called? Elderberries, and there's actually pink Himalayan sea salt in this. Most of them, most sours have some type of salt in them.
Okay.
That's what gives it the extra kick.
All right.
So
that makes sense.
So like you add salt to something sour, and then it amplifies it and stuff, and you get that more fruity flavor out of it. Like if you put salt on an apple, I don't know if anybody's ever done it. I've done it.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It amps it up. So that's basically what it's doing here. Is it's going to amp up fruit flavors. The hops, there was almost zero on hops that's used for this. I would imagine it's going to be something with like a low alpha acid, just because they're focused more on the sourness of it and not the bitterness.
Okay.
So that's all I got really for the hops. This is a 4.5% alcohol, so it's lower than we normally get, so it's going to taste like a juice.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on the bitterness unit, so the hops, that's where you get your bitterness, so it goes hand in hand.
Right.
Like you're not going to find much on the hops, you're not going to find much on this. A sour beer is going to be tart. So
well, we might as well
try it.
We might as well try it for ourselves. So,
right, I can tell you right now, I don't like the smell.
You guys already know how our rating is, our scale. It is smell, mouthfeel. We have an overall at the end, but before that, we do taste. What's the other one? I'm missing one.
You got
smell,
looks, taste.
Yeah, appearance. All right.
There we go.
God.
The smell.
We'll figure this out one of these weeks.
The smell is gross.
All right, well, let's do it.
It's disgusting. It smells rotten.
It does. It really does.
Rotten. And that's where bacteria grows, is on rotten shit. So it smells gross. Very, very gross. Like I don't. Like
I get a hint of maybe some like
I don't
fruitiness.
I don't care for the super fruits. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Like I'll go for an orange. I'll go
like
for
you like your fruits all natural.
Yeah. But super fruits, they're gonna have that.
How about the color though?
All right, so it didn't have much on colors for definitions.
Sours are
they're normally cloudy.
Sours are typically cloudy, but they're supposed to be more of like a rich golden color as well. Very clear, very see-through is what my experience is with sours. I've tried quite a few of them.
I would imagine this is because of the grapefruit.
Yeah,
like superfruit.
It looks like someone squeezed a grapefruit into this.
Or whatever. Like, it looks, I don't know. It's nothing that I've had before.
So let's give it a whirl.
I think for the smell or the looks, I'm going very low. I'm gonna do 5, solid 5.
Based on a lot of the sours that I've had, yeah, it's supposed to be. You're almost. If it wasn't for the haziness, you should be able to see almost directly through it.
But then again, you think about it, the pink Himalayan salt in there, it's going to give it that.
Right.
Salt
makes
anything
give it a cloudy.
hazy.
Yep, it's going to give it a cloudiness. Plus, the passion fruit, I don't think... with all the different fruits that are probably in here, we don't need to speculate why it's not see-through.
Right. I'm going with a 5.
I'm going to go with... because it is a sour, and sours are typically, like we just mentioned, more see-through, very clear, a bit hazy. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 5.3. Now, the smell, it smells god-awful.
I'm going really low. I'm going to give it a 3.
I don't know if I've ever really smelled
a sour
before.
Maybe you're not supposed to.
I usually just drink it, but, based on how it smells
rotten, dude.
If I walked up to somebody and I said, you need to drink this beer.
You need to drink this and don't think about it.
And someone did that to me, and I never had one before, I'd be like, no.
Right?
So I'm going to give, for a smell, that's terrible. I'm giving it like a 2.3.
Yeah, it's
god-awful.
It's so bad.
All right.
This is the moment we've been waiting for.
The heart of it. Cheers.
Ugh. You like this? It's the super fruits in it, dude. This is gonna be an acquired taste. Like I've had a lot of sours I enjoy.
Yeah.
But the fruits they use in this, I don't enjoy. so I don't know how to judge this. Like
I enjoy it.
After smelling it, it kind of turned me off.
I think everything that was put in here, because it was brewed with acai, it was brewed with guava, it was brewed with elderberry. I think this would be good if it wasn't supposed to be a sour.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but it's definitely not what I was expecting. There's not a lot of burst. There's not as much flavor as I would hope.
I would have liked the flavors to be more amped if you're gonna do it.
Right.
Like the salt didn't.
Especially when you're using super fruits.
Oh man, this is not my favorite sour.
So how about the mouthfeel? Because I got a real hard prickliness from the moment it hit my lips, even after it just like...
It was sour. It was not jaw-locking sour. Like
no,
it
wasn't like eating a warhead.
Yeah, like it's not like that sour, but I definitely got a full body on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good there. The prickliness, I get it, but I don't know, man. Like it's not what I expect for a sour.
For mouthfeel, because it had a burst, you could taste you could feel the carbonation. It gave me that prickliness. The feel of the beer going down reminded me of what an IPA is.
But like when you swish around in your mouth, it leaves your mouth dry.
Yeah.
You get that with sours. It's supposed to. It's just like lemonade, lime juice, all that stuff. When you're done, that pucker upness where it leaves your mouth feel dry.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, good marketing. I want to drink more because I'm thirsty.
All right, so mouthfeel, I'm definitely going to rate it probably mid-range because I feel like being a sour, it's supposed to kind of do some weird things to your mouth.
5.5.
I'm giving it a 6.1.
All right.
What about taste?
Taste?
You hate this beer.
I don't like this beer at all.
You don't.
I'm going to give it a 4.
A 4? As far as sours go, I've had plenty of sours that have had different, like,
better
flavors.
Better flavors.
This is
this is the first we did on the show. I kind of hate that I'm rating it low, but it's my first time having it, and it's honest God opinion.
I'm going to give it a 5.1. It's not high. It wasn't that great.
So you got a mediocre beer overall.
I'll tell you what, though. That doesn't... This rating, I've had a few of Odell's beers.
Oh, yeah, and they're good.
This doesn't... if by any means, do not drink their beer because of this review. They have plenty of great beers. This is a new one. Sours are a very hard beer to perfect and make great.
See, like that's the thing people got to realize too is like we're going off of beer. We're not going off a brewery.
Right.
Like this is beer specific.
The brewery's fantastic. I just gave you a million reasons at the beginning of the show why you should love this place.
It's just
they have plenty of other great beers.
Oh yeah.
This one we just didn't prefer.
This was not my favorite beer with them.
No.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be hard to cheers this one again. But
I can't finish this one.
you're finishing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
For them.
I'm Skinny Jeans.
I'm Tad the Tank.
That was our beer review. This was Sippin Pretty Fruited Sour from Odell Brewing Company.
It does look pretty.
Cheers.